Well, to have Kevin Garnett as a teammate is a blessing. I mean, he works hard, so he pushes me to work hard.
Offensive rebound right on cue by Perk, gets it back and puts it in.
It's game time.
You bet it is, Perk. This building is going to rock here tonight. A nice way for the Celtics to wind up this long road trip. They will do it over the next couple of hours against a very, very good New Orleans Hornets basketball team. Let's check out the Southwest Airlines starting lineup for the Celtics. No surprises at all. Garnett and Pierce on the front line. Ray Allen is back, healthy and ready to go. Perkins in the middle. Rajon Rondo at the point, and he will be the one who sees CP3. Doc Rivers now 3 games over 500 in his 9th season as an NBA head coach. Down the other end for the New Orleans Hornets, they have really stormed the West. They have a great record. I'll give it to you later on during the broadcast. Great record against the good teams in the West. West and Stojakovic are at the forward spots. Tyson Chandler, who's turned into a big-time center. Not that many good centers in this league. He's one of them. Paul and Peterson in the backcourt. Mo Pete always seems to have pretty strong games against the Celtics. Byron Scott in his 9th season as an NBA coach, climbing up, trying to get to that 500 mark that Doc has now reached. Let's check in with our DCU sideline reporter for the first time tonight. He's Greg Dickerson.
All right, Mike, you mentioned Byron Scott. He said, I think we know who we are. We think that we've proven to people already that we're a pretty good team, despite the fact that we've flown under the radar to a lot of teams. But tonight's game means something, because you just can't help it. When you go up against a team like the Celtics, you'll use it as a measuring stick. Now, the importance of this game, it's interesting. About 4 different players, including starters Pedro Stojakovic and Tyson Chandler, didn't even get into the building here tonight until about 7:05 local time. It's about an hour ago, because of an accident out on I-10 that shut down about 3 different lanes out on the freeway. So they were struggling to get their pregame work in late.
All right, we'll see what happens here. Let's check out tonight's honeydew list. What do you got on the list tonight, D?
Well, Mike, it starts with changing up the looks on CP3. You really got to run different guys at him, get a little bit more aggressive with him at times. And then the bench. In my mind, Mike, this is what has helped this Celtics team do what they've done down the stretch of late. The bench has been solid. They have to continue to contribute.
Try a delicious muffin and a cup of fresh brewed coffee. Honeydew. Enjoy the local flavor. All right, we are set to go. Again, this could be the biggest crowd ever to come to a basketball game in this arena. Again, a lot of the people that we're working with on the crew here say, hey, I know the Lakers have been in. I know the other teams in the West have been in. We can't ever remember a game that was more anticipated than this one here. The 2 streaks on the line. Boston 8 straight on the road. The Hornets 8 straight at home. They're winning those 8 straight by an average at home of about 15, 16 points a game. So they're just busting people out in games here. This is going to be a lot of fun over the next couple of hours as the Celtics wrap up this long, long road trip. It'll be Chandler and Perkins jumping it up. Chandler's still out there, the car accident, I think. He just never moved on that.
Yeah.
Fans here will stay on their feet and continue cheering until the Hornets score a basket. Chandler gets the tip now, and again, we are underway. We'll try to fight through this noise. It's going to be very loud in this building here tonight. Pierce picks up Stojakovic. Paul gets his first touch. Rondo there. West comes out, sets a screen. Play the first pick and roll pretty well.
Yeah, there's one. 79 to go.
West, the baseline jump shot.
You know, Mike, not your traditional lineup for the Hornets either, because really West is your power forward and Page at 6'10" is your small forward. He's not going to do a lot in the paint area.
Speaking of being in the paint, Rondo takes it right to the bucket, gets the foul, and it's going to be on Chris Paul. You heard Tommy in the pregame show saying that Rajon needed to look for his offense and maybe get CP into foul trouble.
Yeah, and that's the thing that you haven't heard about is how good CP3 plays defense. I mean, Chris Paul obviously offensively does everything else, but can he play D? Rondo's going to test him tonight.
Calms the crowd down a little bit here. Rondo catches up with Paul on the other side. Paul still dribbling at 12 in the shot clock, gives it up to West. West on the baseline for 2.
And that's the advantage that West has over KG. Obviously, we know KG does most of his defensive work in the painted area, so that's going to be a tough matchup for KG tonight.
Chandler is covering Kevin Garnett on this end. KG faces up, spins. There's the follow-away jumper. Knocks it down. That has just become money in the bank.
It really has. I mean, he's stealing the, he's making that move his own after Hakeem Olajuwon had made it so special.
West. Garnett goes out and gets him. Now there's bluffs the pick. Paul shoots over the top anyway and knocks it down. That's something I think was very important you brought out in the opening. He's just a very good scorer, this kid.
He really is. He is up there in the league, tops the league in steals and assists. But the fact that he's scoring almost 22 points a game, I mean, that you have to talk about that also.
Here's a little step away, and he knocks it down. Scoring coming easy to both sides, and the Celtics got an early 7-6 lead. Nobody's missed a shot in this game. The two teams are a combined 6 of 6. Paul kicks it to the corner. Peja, the first miss. Garnett's got it. Ray Allen, baseline jumper. That one stays down. Celtics have now hit their first 4 shots. This is a good defensive team. New Orleans. Say they rank 5th points per game. West. Perkins made him change the shot. Garnett right there. Paul nearly picked up his second foul. Rondo keeps on going, lays it down to Pierce. Nice hands for 2.
Yeah, great job by Rajon Rondo really to keep pressing, really keep pushing, keeping that defense back on their heels and finding Paul Pierce.
Illegal defense called on, or is it a foul on Perk? Which is it? It's an illegal defense on Perk. Here's our Subaru key matchup. It's going to be Chandler and Garnett. Chandler, one of the best rebounders in the league and the best offensive rebounder in the league. Kevin Garnett, 53% shooting and 18 and 9, his numbers for the season. Peja knocked down the technical free throw, and it's a 4-point Boston lead. About 3 minutes gone. First quarter. Glad you could join us here on a Saturday night. Mike Gorman, Donnie Marshall in New Orleans. Chandler coming out to set the screen. Rondo trying to hedge a bit. West 5 on the shot clock. Knows he has to shoot it. Leans in. Gets 2. West wanted the foul, but he's 3 for 4 from the field to open the game. Perkins gets it back to Rondo. He's got the dribble now. Drives by West. Kicks it out. Pierce sets his feet for a 3. Rebound tipped and controlled by West. Chris Paul in transition. The foul on Rondo. Probably a pretty good foul.
Yeah, once he gets a full head of steam, Mike, it is there. You talk about putting pressure on the guys behind you, but he doesn't waste any time, as you see here, getting lower than Rajon Rondo, and that is so important. I mean, a lot of young players out there, they watch and they think all you have to do is run past your guy when you have the ball. But if you get low, if you're lower than the defensive player guarding you, every time you can either get past him or draw the foul.
Once again into the hands of West. Tough shot. Nice job by Perkins to make him change it. Rondo to the bucket for 2.
Oh, cute little move there, Mike. Again, Chris Paul nowhere to be found.
Chris Paul back in a hurry, can't bank it home. Boy, Chandler got away with a big-time push underneath. And then the foul's going on Boston. Caught the second one there for sure.
Well, you got to find him either way, Mike. If you're, he did probably get away with the push, but again, you just said it. He gets he's leading the NBA in offensive rebounds, and great push right here by Rajon, taking his time, probing. Nice little hesitation there, and the quickie off the glass.
Chandler with the free throw. Came right out of high school to the Chicago Bulls in his 7th year now.
It's amazing too, Mike, if you think about he and Eddie Curry coming out about the same time, playing in Chicago, and now you look how their careers, if they parallel each other. I mean, this is the best thing to happen to this kid, was to get out of Chicago and to go to the right organization, also with the right coach. And
the right player.
The right player, the right point guard, right.
Exactly. I was hoping you were going to get to that. Good up fake by KG. Short, though, with the jumper, and Stojakovic has got it. Celtics now 6 of 8 from the floor. And foul call from behind on Pierce. That's the third team foul on the Celtics. One has been whistled on Charlotte here. Celtics are going to be aggressive defensively, that's for sure. West again. Knocks it down again.
And that's what I like about West's game is that he, again, Mike, he has that mid-range, that lost art in basketball. And the more I say the lost art, the more it's coming back. So it's not that lost anymore.
Pierce faces up on Stojakovic, tries to take him off the bounce. Rims out. Too soft to touch there. New Orleans looking to take a lead. Paul. Knocked away by Perkins. Paul gets it back. Paul takes it deep. Off the floor, rebound to Peterson. I think it's the first time we've called Peterson's name in the 5.5 minutes he's been out there. Stojakovic misses a 3. Ray Allen the other way. The ball and a 1-point lead up ahead to Rondo. Rajon again to the hoop. There's that little spin move from him.
Great move, Rajon into the paint again. No Chris Paul. Mark West there again getting beat by Rajon.
West once again. Rebound to Allen. But West
not shy.
Taking 7 shots already in the game in less than 6 minutes. Ray Allen circles the field a little bit. Knocks down the jump shot.
Shows you the importance of keeping the dribble alive, Mike, and really trying to create that space, but really got the nice bump. A little help from his big man to create that space.
Celtics by 5. That matches their largest lead. Peterson stripped going through the lane and got a reach-in foul. And we're going to get ourselves a timeout here. Ray Allen called for the reach in there. There's the spin move by Rondo. And the Celtics got a 5-point lead early in this one. James Posey liked it. Rajon Rondo 7 points. Kevin Garnett 5 rebounds in the early going. And Boston's got a 5-point 17-12 lead. Modell Sporting Goods, the official sporting goods store of the Celtics, offering you the chance of a lifetime. You can be an honorary Celtic ball kid for a game. The experience includes an autographed Celtic basketball, assisting NBA players, a classic Modell's t-shirt, and a couple of premium tickets to the game for additional guests. Stop by Modell's and enter for your chance to win this great experience for the April 16th game. Got to be between the ages of 12 and 18 to qualify.
Well, Mike, the emphasis is so much on about Chris Paul, but also Rajon Rondo doing a great job of keeping the emphasis on Chris Paul defensively. And here, a theme, as you see these highlights of Rajon. Chris Paul, he's in the background, and that means Rajon's doing what he's supposed to be doing, staying aggressive, getting himself to the basket, and again, attacking the big guys, not afraid to go amongst the trees.
73% shooting for Boston to open the game, 42% on the other side for New Orleans. No changes for the Celtics, no changes for the Hornets here off the first timeout. About 6 minutes and 10 seconds into the game. Quite sure why we're taking so long to get going here, but now we are ready as Peterson steps to the line.
You know, Mike, it's one thing to, to praise Rajon on doing what he's supposed to be doing, keeping that pressure on, the front line, really, with his ball handling, getting to the basket. But also, you look at the game that he had in Dallas, 0 for 7. I mean, it's good to see him getting off to a good start, helping that confidence. Also, you instill that confidence in your teammates too when you're aggressive, scoring early.
Chandler, as I said, defending KG. Stojakovic on Pierce. Pierce again takes him to the basket and gets hammered. I would think, as Tommy likes to sing, that's an all night long right there.
Oh, no question, and he's absolutely right. But Doc Rivers obviously told these guys, listen, attack them, make them play defense. That's exactly what Paul Pierce does. And anyway, Peja Stojakovic is not going to. He's not a great defensive player. 1, but 2, he cannot guard Paul Pierce if Paul puts that ball and goes straight line to the basket.
Five points for Paul here in the early going. Doc, a little discussion with Tony Brown.
But he's smiling, which is nice in that conversation.
Boston doing all the little things right on this trip. Byron Scott, you know him well.
Yeah, and that's about as much emotion as you'll get out of Byron Scott. I mean, 2 NBA Finals. I had the privilege of, being coached by him, and that was about as much emotion as you get, even in the finals.
Perk is out there on West. Garnett is on Chandler this trip. West takes it to the basket and gets 2. Celtics got numbers here. West fell into the crowd. Boston, Rondo smartly pushing it right up the floor and gets 2 as he takes it right to Paul.
I love the fact that Rajon, again, going at Chris Paul. Can't stop him. Hasn't stopped him yet, Chris Paul. But he also runs back, hustles, and finds where Chris Paul is on defense.
David West front rims that one, picked off the floor by Ray Allen. 9 field goal attempts already for David West in this game. Ray Allen gives it up to Garnett, over to Pierce. Chandler out on Stojakovic has got Garnett. That's where the Celtics would like to go. Rondo, a little hesitation. Move again to the basket, this time on Peterson.
And big boy, and Mike, that's what we call that. He big boyed Morris Peterson there.
Rondo is 5 for 5. Paul tried to force the action a little bit. Found Peterson couldn't hit the corner shot. How many times as a member of the Raptors did we see that shot go down?
Rajon telling Morris Peterson, get in the weight room.
Nice pass inside. Burke comes back outside. Pierce sets the feed. Buries the 3.
Passing, Mike. Unselfish. The Celtics have done it this entire trip. Have not lost sight of who they really are together.
Celtics shooting 78% to open this game. Paul hits his 2nd field goal. He's got 4 points and assist. Rondo's got 11 points and an assist. KG. And we got a defensive 3-second violation that goes on David West. Ray Allen will step to the line to shoot it. Ray not bothered by this crowd.
And look at this, Mike, just keeping the pressure, hesitation. Get in the weight room, Morris Peterson. Look at that. Tell him, Rajon. Give him the hesitation.
Right back into him. Celtics made their first 5 field goal attempts of the game. They have made their last 5. Rondo again trying to get by Paul. This time he gets stripped. Paul, the hard push the other way. Comes up short. Tip to Allen. Rondo's ahead of the field. Ray's pass a little too far. Nice save. And then Chandler touches it and it goes out of bounds. Good hustle. Tommy point there for Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, I like the fact that Ray Allen was giving the ball up early, but probably should have kept it one more dribble. But here, great hustle by Rajon to keep it alive, and Ray Allen trying to keep the pressure and getting that ball back.
Traveling violation on Kevin Garnett as he makes the move. Garnett looked over at Doc. Doc went, maybe.
I'm sure Doc's saying, I wouldn't have called it.
Second Boston turnover. Hornets, because of Chris Paul, don't turn it over too much, and they don't have one yet in this game.
Yeah, 12 turnovers a game, Mike. That is, when you have a guy like Chris Paul, it tells you why they don't turn it over.
Stojakovic. He is now 1 for 3, his first 3-point field goal. Third best, and the Celtics #1 in the league defending the 3, so something's got to give here tonight. Pierce again has got Chandler. They go inside, kicked out as Chandler went back to double team, and Pierce knocks down another 3. The Celtics are 12 of 15 to open this game.
Great recognition there by KG. Saw the double team coming immediately and finding Paul Pierce.
Bonzi Wells, who had a big 4th quarter the other night to beat Houston, gets away with the left-hand push. And they say it's goaltending.
Well, it didn't look from here like Kendrick Perkins touched that, but they called the goaltending.
I'm with you. Leon Poe was going to check into the game. Leon will not get in until the next whistle. Celtics starting 5 has been out there for the entire quarter. Rondo is bumped down there in the baseline, and that's going to get us a timeout. We will take it to 2 minutes, 14 seconds left to go. We're in the first quarter, and the Celtics are in control. We are back. Celtics got a 7-point lead. Still 2:14 to go here in the first. Donnie Marshall, Laura Benke go behind the scenes of the best team in the NBA each week on Celtics Now. Fans get a look at the team off the court, along with an in-depth look at the schedule as the C's get ready for the postseason. Celtics Now, Donnie Marshall, Laura Benke, Tuesday night, 7:30 on Comcast Sportsnet and on the new Comcast Sportsnet HD. Let's check in with our DCU sideline guy. He is Greg Dickerson.
All right, Mike. Well, Chris Paul is the MVP candidate down here in New Orleans. As we've seen already, the offense of the Hornets really goes through David West. Talking to Byron Scott before the game, he said about 75% of the time, I try and get the ball to David first. I want to get him the ball either in pick and roll situations on the post or in wings. Want to get him around screens, either get him into mismatches, down low on the post or on pop and shoots. West, he says, is a guy who's just so quiet, so unassuming, and it's probably the reason he doesn't get the recognition of some of the guys around the NBA.
The Xavier team did all right in the NCAA tournament this afternoon. They have moved on to the next round. Leon Poe into the game. Kevin Garnett gets his first rest. Celtics have scored on 8 of their last 10 possessions. Rondo's going to take a jump shot. No. Rebound. Leon hustles for it, but Stojakovic gets there first. Beja back rims that one, gathered up by Leon Poe. Needs a little help in the backcourt. Rondo there. Round thought Leon traveled with it, but he did not. James Posey's coming in next. Whistle for the Celtics. Perk in the lane, nicely done with the left hand.
Love that mismatch. You know, Byron Scott talks about getting Mark West in mismatches, but a lot of teams, better teams, especially like the Celtics, can get David West in those mismatches to benefit themselves offensively.
Leon on West, lost the dribble, goes to Wells, trying to back Ray Allen down. Pretty good defense by Ray. Wells brings it out. Inside position as usual, Leon Poe. That's going to be a foul on Chris Paul. He picks up his second.
And Chris Paul really trying to be aggressive, but, you know, again, coaches will tell you no reason for you to foul, 75 feet, 70 feet from the basket. Just doesn't make sense.
Might be a little frustrating.
A little bit. Yeah, Rajon Rondo is giving it to him so far in this game.
Pargo has come into the game, and along with Eli, and it's out of bounds. Boston ball. Celtics have Perkins, Posey, Pierce, Poe, and Rondo. Notice that little alliteration of Perkins, Posey, Pierce, and Poe?
I like that.
Sounds like a law firm, doesn't it? Leon trying to take it hard to the basket. Pierce right there for the follow. 14 points in the game for Pierce. He and Rondo have combined for 25. Pargo, that's going to be a kick, and it'll be side out. 37 seconds to go in the quarter. Celtics have the lead back up to 11 again. That matches their largest lead of the game. Chance to see Chris Paul next week in Boston next Friday night. Rebound taken down by Pierce. Celtics really don't have time for a 2-for-1 here, so they're going to use some clock. About a 5-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Rondo back out deep to Pierce. 5 on the clock. Pierce has got Pargo on him. 2 on the clock. Takes the fall away. Buries it. It's a pretty nice quarter they played here, Donnie.
It really is, and then not just offensively, obviously shooting 75%, but defensively holding the Hornets to 40%.
Deflected there by Perk, and the Celtics all over New Orleans here, and this sellout crowd is pretty quiet. 1 down, 3 to go in the final game of this long road trip. And just as they did in the state of Texas, the Celtics defense is suffocating. 40% shooting for New Orleans. 13-point Boston lead after 1. Welcome back to New Orleans, everybody. The city that Greg Dickerson owned last night. He just owned it. 36-23, a 13-point lead right now for the Boston Celtics. Let's take a look at tonight's official league leaders. They're brought to you by TD Bank Newark, the official bank of the Boston Celtics. Best Celtic road record. Tommy Heinsohn's team was 1972-73, went 32-8. The Celtics have matched that number in the loss column with still some more games to be played. 26-8 at the moment. Tonight's quarter stats are brought to you by aceticket.com. Boston's best seats. You want the best seats in Boston for all sports and theater events? Call aceticket.com at 1-800-MY-SEATS. Pierce. And a foul is called on
It's on PJ. The ref didn't have enough fingers for his number, 93.
He confused me. Let's check in with Greg.
Doc Rivers during that last timeout saying to his guys, with Chris Paul out, Pargo's a guy who's going to want to shoot. He's going to want to score. He's not like Chris Paul. He's not going to want to run the offense. And when we see Tyson Chandler back in the ball game, he said he's just going to plant himself down low, so space the floor better and get him out of there.
That was a tough call right there on Leon Poe. Looked like he moved his feet pretty well.
He really did. And here, David West hit him right in the middle of the numbers. I mean, that's right center of the chest. You slide your feet. That should be an offensive or a no call.
Well, then you can't play defense. I mean,
right.
It's really taking the defender out of the game. West leans in too hard with it. PJ comes up with the rebound. PJ Brown, who lives about 20 minutes up the road year-round. Paul Pierce back again, misses a three, and that's tracked down in the corner by Pargo, looking to push it the other way. He's out there with Wells, West, Eli, and Wright, the youngster out of Kansas. Pargo kicks it to the corner. Bonzi Wells rattles home a three.
Bonzi Wells can shoot it. I mean, he took about 8 seconds to get that shot off, but when he has his feet set, I mean, he can really knock him down. You got to find him.
Celtics have got Pierce, Posey, PJ Brown, Sam Cassell. Leon Poe out there. Pierce is going to be the man in the paint. Little floater too hard off the glass. Tipped up by PJ. No, kept alive momentarily, but pulled down in traffic by Eli. Pargo, the alley-oop. Wright missed it. Posey comes away with it. Wright has been playing very well of late for this team, the rookie out of Kansas. The alley-oop is a big part of this New Orleans offense. Double team on Sam down in the corner. Skips it to the open man, Posey. James to Leon, and Leon gets hammered and puts it down.
Great movement, Mike, without the basketball. It's great. Doc Rivers has not only his guards moving well, but Leon Poe trying to get to an area he can help James Posey and controlling his body enough to be able to finish. And this is beef on beef right here, Mike. Those are two big, strong kids down there.
Leon 1 for 2 in the game with 2 rebounds in 4 minutes. Well, players getting better in the basics as the season goes on, and Leon, when you're a good free throw shooter, you get those rolls.
Yeah, that's soft touch. I mean, Tommy will like this for a big guy.
Yes.
Great touch from the free throw line.
Posey fronting Wells. They go over the top to him, and he's fouled as he attempts to dunk. And that's going to be on PJ Brown.
Yeah, good job by Bonzi Wells. You see the defense in front of you, push him up the lane, and that's really high to front a guy. But you know, I'm sure Posey thought he had help behind him. PJ Brown just couldn't get there quick enough.
Houston came in here the other night after the Celtics beat him. Quick reminder, this game is brought to you by Legal Seafoods. Remember, if it isn't fresh, it isn't legal. Rockets came in, that game was tied going into the fourth quarter, and then Bonzi Wells just kind of took the game over.
Yeah, a little personal there, I think. After being dealt by Houston, I think he probably felt he owed them a little something. But, you know, he plays with he's a kind of kid who really plays with the chip on his shoulder. You know, no matter where he plays, you like those guys when they're on your team.
Some would say that chip is always on his shoulder.
It really is.
Doesn't matter whether he's playing. 39-28, Celtics up 11, their largest lead 13. Pargo bounces off the Pierce screen. Pierce gets it back, now he's got Pargo on him. Kicks it, PJ open, long with it, rebound taken down by Wells. Reach and foul. Sam gets it, doesn't like the call.
You know, it's hard to, you know, it's always been hard for me to understand how you can reward a guy who really, he's out of control. I mean, he's just doing too much with the basketball. And then, you know, Sam Cassell got a piece of that ball. You can't reward a guy for making a bad play.
That's got to be off. Oh, blocking foul is called on Leon Poe.
You know, again, Leon Poe, he's taking it square in the chest. That's the second time he's been in great position, and the officials have not given it to him. Tough break right there for Leon.
Here's the numbers from the other night, 20 points in the fourth quarter. (39-31). The Hornets getting a little closer. Sam, Hornets defense has really picked up on it.
Yeah, it really has. But you know, guys like James Posey, Sam Cassell, they're going to have to do something for this second unit. And P.J. Brown, another guy who knows how to offensive rebound.
Yes, he does. And took Tyson Chandler out of that play nicely and got the rebound, put it back down. Ray Allen's going to come back in the game in a moment for Boston. Chandler got tied up, loose, slapped out of bounds, and it's going to stay Nolan's ball, but we're going to get a timeout. 8 minutes, 39 seconds left to go. First half, Celtics up 10.
Today, your identity is at greater risk than ever before. You can't prevent thieves from poking around your identity, but you can stop them before they use it. Early detection is your best protection, and Identity Truth is the earliest. Check out IdentityTruth.com today with a truly free 90-day trial offer. Visit IdentityTruth.com today.
We're back here in New Orleans. The Celtics holding on to the lead. They're up by 10 with 8:39 to go in the half. And the Celtics would like to send you on a shopping spree with a Simon Boston Celtics gift card. 5 lucky fans will have a chance to win a Simon Boston Celtics gift card valued at $100 and a 2007-2008 autographed Boston Celtics team basketball. The grand prize winners will be chosen through a random drawing from official entries received on Celtics.com. Log on for your chance to win a Simon gift card and gets the registered trademark of the Simon Property Group. Let's take a look at a Wendy's replay.
Well, Mike, Tyson Chandler leads the NBA in offensive rebounds, but I have to imagine that somewhere growing up he had to see P.J. Brown doing a little bit of this offensive rebound and the nice putback.
Wendy's, it's way better than fast food. Right. Down on the baseline, traveling violation on Bonzi Wells as he starts to make the move. You know, I bet, let's just say there have been 25 whistles in this game. I bet Tony Brown has made 15 of the calls. Good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
P.J. Brown keeps it alive on the offensive glass, puts it back up, no, slapped around, picked off the floor by Eli, and P.J. took one across the nose. Pargo deep, buries it. I mentioned earlier, they are not hesitant to take the threes. Ray looks to answer, cannot. Rebound battle, Eli's done a nice job since coming in off the bench. Pargo the other way, Posey defending. Posey doesn't bite on any of that. Pargo off the bounce, a runner. Tipped home by Chandler.
A lot of extra dribbling by Pargo. It's probably unnecessary, but he got by the defense there, and I don't know if that was a pass or a field goal attempt.
10-2 run here from the Hornets. Back to Leon in the lane, and he banks it home.
Using the length and the big hands, Leon Poe.
Kevin Garnett will be back in next whistle, and that is tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay New Orleans ball. Here comes KG back in. And he's in for Leon Poe.
Really great pass here by Sam Cassell on the length. It's nice to have long arms and big hands, Mike. It helps you when you're a basketball player. It just makes your job so much easier.
5 points, 2 rebounds in 7 minutes for Leon. Oh, good pick by James Posey in the middle of Cassell. Sam in the paint. Throws it away. Pargo to the bucket.
A lot of reaching in now. Sam Cassell a couple trips down, reaching in on Pargo. Then James Posey got away with one, but you have to get back to getting in front of guys and stopping them playing defense with your feet, not with your hands.
Orleans all the way back to 5 now. Celtics' biggest lead was 13. Posey over Chandler. Short. Another rebound for Eli.
Offense is sputtered right now for the Celtics, Mike. You know, the Hornets know Chris Paul. You really have to be more effective, especially when Chris Paul is on that bench. He's not putting the pressure on you offensively.
Brown defending Eli. Eli trying to back his way down. Kicks it out to Pargo. Good defense from Ray Allen, and it's stolen away by P.J. Brown. Posey, if he looks up, he's got Garnett ahead of the field, and that's deflected out of bounds. It's going to stay Boston ball. We're going to get ourselves a timeout. 5:57 left to go. The Hornets making a game of it. It's a 5-point game. We're back in a 5-point game, just about halfway through this second quarter, and tonight's bonus code is brought to you by IdentityTruth.com. Early detection is your best protection against identity theft. IdentityTruth.com. Let's check in with our DCU sideline reporter, who was all over Bourbon Street last night. Just that, of course, Greg Dickinson.
I spent some time off Bourbon Street as well, but I'd rather get into that later on during the game. Last month during the NBA All-Star Weekend, along with all the fun and festivities that go along with the city of New Orleans, the NBA did its best to help out the city and the outlying areas still recover from Hurricane Katrina. Those who were involved included Doc Rivers and Paul Pierce.
It's his birthday. Hey, you just got to line it up and shoot straight, like a free throw.
Watch your hands, Paul. Watch your hands.
P.J. Brown, as Mike, you mentioned, lives down here in the New Orleans area in Sidell, Louisiana. He said we still have a long way to go down here. I think a lot of people around the country think that everything down here is okay. They see the Sugar Bowl, they see Mardi Gras, different events, but they don't really realize that there are still a lot of people in need, people who are still paying mortgages for slabs where houses are still no longer there. Give the Hornets a lot of credit. They have done tireless work in helping the city rebuild, including doing a lot of work with Habitat for Humanity, who was doing a lot of work during All-Star Weekend. They're building 22 houses right here in the city of New Orleans alone.
Chris Paul really is very active in this city. He has made a lot of friends. Good deflection there by Wright. Here's Paul back in the game to the corner, playing with Pargo. Paul straight away.
They can't give Chris Paul that much space or that much time, Mike. I mean, he's shooting 37% from the three-point line.
Expected this to be a tight game, and it is. 43-41, KG for 2.
I like that. KG catching it, keeping it simple, turning over that right shoulder.
Rondo back in the game, defending Paul. Kirk and Eddie House will be coming in next whistle. Pargo, there's that alley-oop again. That's a big part of their offense.
They're doing a great job of sharing the basketball. 9 assists on 16 field goals made for the Hornets.
Rondo Comes through, finds Ray Allen with time, and buries a three.
Another guy that you can't give too much time or space to. And great
offensive
take.
foul on Chris Paul.
Heads up play by Ray Allen. Mike, so many times you see a guy make a shot, run back celebrating. It just shows you how focused all of these guys are, the Celtics, across the board. I mean, honestly, Ray Allen knocking down a three-pointer, and with the presence of mind to turn around, see what's going on, and take the charge on Chris Paul, giving him his third foul.
Gutsy call by Bill Kennedy there, too. Paul goes back to the bench. 4:35 left to go in the half. KG straight away buries that one.
Sharing the basketball, Mike, so important for the Celtics. We know that.
6.6 rebounds in the game for Garnett. Boston opens it back up to 7 after the Hornets had got it down to 2. Now they'll have to operate without Chris Paul. Julian Wright, no. Rondo with the rebound. Boston numbers on the break here. Rondo the hard push, and he got fouled. It'll be on Pargo.
And much like you talked about Chris Paul fouling him early, same thing goes for Rajon Rondo. If you're a defender and you're retreating and he's coming at you 110 miles an hour, fouling.
That was a foul.
That was a foul.
Ray trying to use the Garnett screen. Now Garnett pops out back to KG. Sets the screen for Eddie House. Eddie off the catch, no. Rebound, Perkins in traffic. Finds KG open for the 16-footer, and he buries that one. Kevin Garnett 4 for 5, 8.6 rebounds and an assist in the game. Celtics have it up to 9 again. Stojakovic. It's the turnaround. 6 points in the game for Peja. Wright is covering Allen on this end. Now he switches off. Ray taking Pargo, finds Eddie House. Eddie for 3.
And that's what Eddie House can do to a team if he gets it going. But again, Ray Allen, nice drive, draw, and the kick.
Celtics have it back to double digits at 55-45. They go under 3 minutes and a half on this possession, and it goes off Pargo out of bounds.
You know, most times, Mike, we say if you're a youngster at home watching this game, do exactly what you see right here, especially if it's KG. But right now, if there's point guards out there, do not watch Pargo. That's not how to play this game.
Third fewest turnovers in the league, and speaking of turnovers, Rondo does on the baseline. They are even now at 5 apiece in the game. We've got a timeout. 2:52 to go in the half. Boston by 10. We're back in what could be a preview of the NBA Finals. The Celtics right now holding on to a 10-point lead, 55-45. And you could win a trip to the NBA Finals. Just look inside specialty marked packs of Wrigley's Double Mint Gum. Double Mint is the official gum of the NBA. No purchases necessary. Just log on to WrigleyHoops.com for details and free entry right there. It's void where prohibited. Sweepstakes ends April 30th. Must be 18 or older and a legal resident of the 50 U.S. states or Washington, D.C. The odds of winning depend on the number of entries received. Ray Allen doing a nice job, 8 points off the bench.
It's interesting. We should tell people at home that those aren't taped, because I can't tell you how many times on this trip we've talked about, or even playing against the Western Conference teams, that this could be a preview of the NBA Finals. I mean, that's how, not one, how good the West is, but two, how close the race is, you know, in the Western Conference.
Yeah, it is remarkable, and you wonder whether that's going to wear on any Western team. Just how important all these regular season games are going down the stretch. It's like every night you look on the schedule and there's a game involving two teams that have to win.
The breather for the Hornets is the next 8 are against Eastern Conference foes. So really, they, in their minds, they're probably thinking they're getting a break.
There's the alley-oop again. This time Chandler couldn't get to it. KG slaps at it. Rondo comes down with it. Eddie House again.
See, I just like that. Eddie House is very good at coming off of pick and rolls and pulling up inside a three-point arc, but sometimes he gets too quick on that jump shot. When he has time, I mean, he is one of the top premier three-point shooters in the NBA with time. Not much, but with a little time.
Pargo, top of the key. Back rims that one. Eddie House has got it. Pargo's the only defender back. Numbers on the break. Leaves it for Ray. Ray in the lane. 2. And the Celtics have their biggest lead of the night after New Orleans had got to within 2. The Celtics have gone on a 15-2 run and lead by 15 right now. They've dropped 60 points on the Hornets with 1:45 still to go. Boy, Pargo's not shy. Outlet pass to Eddie House. Eddie throws it up for Perk.
A tough pass. Put your big fella in that position.
Pargo again. He's taken 5 shots in the game. He's made 3 of them. He's got 8 points and 5 assists. He's involved. KG. Back to Eddie House, right off the catch. Again, that one rims out. Pargo throws it inside, Stojakovic. And Eddie House call for the reach-in.
Well, great recognition by Pargo to see Stojakovic at 6'10" on Eddie House down in the post and to give it to him.
So Peja will be at the free throw line. 1:03 on the clock in the half. Boston with a 12-point 60-48 lead. Numbers over his career against the Celtics. Most of those points coming when he was in a Sacramento uniform. You just saw a shot of Byron Scott there. That's 2 guys on the sidelines who, if you have any Coach of the Year discussions, both of them have to be involved.
You're absolutely right. Those guys who did a great job leading up to All-Star break, coaching the respective conferences in the All-Star game, and then, you know, continue to have their teams playing well after and stay focused after the break.
Rick Adelman down in Houston, another name that is being prominently mentioned. Rondo. Ray off the catch, buries a 3.
All set up by the ball pressure that Rajon Rondo was keeping, on defensive pressure he's keeping with the ball, you know, off the dribble and off the bounce.
Rondo with his 5th assist. Chandler with the follow.
Opportunistic rebounder, Tyson Chandler.
Just going to run their offense here. Not going to try for any 2 for 1. Eddie House couldn't handle the pass from KG. Might have been a little hot. 6th Boston turnover. Gary and Tommy standing by back in the studio. You'll have Tommy's first half analysis all coming up on the McDonald's halftime report. Pargo now will set up the offense. They're going to run the clock down. About 2 seconds the difference, maybe 2.5 between the shot clock and game clock. Right for 3. Big shot by the youngster.
Huge. Wouldn't have been the guy that I thought they would go to with Stojakovic and West in the corners. But absolutely right. Big shot for the young fella.
Doc's going to use a 20-second timeout here to set up the final 6.6 seconds. His club on top, 63-55. 15 has been the biggest Celtic lead. They're up by 8 right now. Let's take a look at tonight's Kia card. It's presented by Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise, and it's CP3 as they call him down here. Chris Paul, 2005-2006 NBA Rookie of the Year. Had a great All-Star game in 2008 for the Western Conference, double figures of points and assists. The only player in the NBA right now averaging 20-plus points and 10-plus assists in a game. That's tonight's Kia card, brought to you by Kia Motors, the power to surprise. Paul right now on the bench. There's 7 points and 2 assists, very on Chris Paul-like numbers, and he's got 3 fouls.
Well, we know he's tied with Steve Nash in assists on the season, but I was looking at some numbers of his, and at this point in his career, his first 200 games, he's only behind Kevin Johnson, Oscar Robertson, Tim Hardaway, and Mark Jackson. Only those 4 guys had more assists than him. So he's in pretty good company there for, you know, playing 200 games.
Celtics going to have to come all the way. And New Orleans has extended the full court defense. Here comes Rondo. Rondo fouled by Stojakovic as they had a foul to give. 3.8 now for the Celtics, side out at half court. Ray Allen was looking in Garnett's direction. Rondo instead takes it hard to the basket and got fouled with 0.6 on the clock.
We can't say enough about how much pressure Rajon keeps on the defense with that dribble. I mean, just a great job and gives his body up.
Clearly a foul by West, too. It'll put Rajon on the line. He's 1 for 1 there tonight. He's got 5 assists, 2 rebounds, and 11 first-half points. Again, there'll be 0.6 of a second for New Orleans to try to do something here as Rondo gives the Celtics a 10-point lead. West looking to make the baseball pass. Rondo picks it off. Got it off. I would have counted. I'm surprised, given the half he had, it did not. But the Celtics have a double-digit halftime lead here in New Orleans. Perhaps most impressive of all, the Celtics dropped 65 points on the Hornets. We expected a defensive battle. So much for that, but then again, there's a whole half to play. Gary and Tommy are standing by with the McDonald's halftime report. Tonight's AAA First Half Replay brought to you by AAA Financial Services, your trusted resource for mortgages. Apply online at AAA.com. Mike Gorman along with Donnie Marshall. We are at the half here in New Orleans. The Celtics trying to close out this long road trip, up by 10 at the half. I guess I am most surprised by the number of points that are on the board, Donnie.
Yeah, and you're surprised because probably Chris Paul on the bench, 7 points, you know, and 2 assists. But the reason he has the most fouls in the game of any player with 3, Rajon Rondo, really, that to me is the main cause. I mean, even when he wasn't guarding, when he wasn't trying to guard Rajon Rondo, Rajon was trying to put the pressure on him on the other end. You know, an offensive foul on Ray Allen. So really, that's the difference. But the Celtics sharing the basketball, so huge. That's why they have 65 points.
Let's check in with our DCU sideline reporter, see what the coaches had to say.
Well, with those 3 fouls, look for the Celtics to try and be aggressive on Chris Paul, see if they can get him to pick up that 4th foul early. It was interesting. Coaches saying that really when the Hornets battled back in this game and were successful was when Chris Paul was out because of guys like Gennaro Pargo and Bonzi Wells being so physical and playing a post-up game down low. Celtics didn't really match up to it all that well. On the offensive end, second half, Celtics want to go more to Kevin Garnett and more down the low post to Paul Pierce, something they felt they did not do enough of in the first half of this game.
Halftime stats are brought to you by Ace Ticket. For Boston's best seats, call aceticket.com at 1-800-MY-SEATS. Celtics made 8 of their last 10 shots in that second quarter. Let's see if it carries over here into the third. Perkins, Garnett, Pierce, Allen, and Rondo. Pierce, a very efficient first half. Perk goes back out. Paul fakes the 3. Ray Allen takes the 3. Rebound right back to Pierce, and a fresh clock, and the Celtics will use it. Ray Allen's 5 of 8 from the floor. Pierce is 6 of 10. 7 of 11.
Love the patience that the Celtics really right now are showing us. You know, taking their time. Paul Pierce hitting Kendrick Perkins time before. Kendrick taking his time in the post. And they're in control of this game, clearly.
David West, who had the big start, trying to move on Perkins on the baseline. And David West now with 12 points, 6 of 11 from the field. That matchup with Stojakovic, the Celtics like so much. Pierce takes the baseline, kicks it out to Ray. Rondo out to Garnett. Still plenty of time. Back to Rajon. And he rattles home the jump shot. Nice confidence shown by Garnett there.
No question. KG had that 7-footer guy coming, or 17-footer guy coming at him, and Rajon Rondo's been solid. You know, KG's is the top of the key. Rajon likes that jumper on the baseline.
Talking to some New Orleans media types downstairs at halftime, and they were saying they can't remember seeing Chris Paul kind of shaken by the play of a guard like he is, appears to be in that first half by the play of Rondo. I say usually it's big guards like a Baron Davis who might give him some trouble. He usually doesn't have any trouble with quicker guys, but he's got his hands full with Rondo here now.
It's that speed versus speed, Mike, and when you're not willing to do the job defensively like Chris Paul in the first half, that speed kills you.
KG easily over Stojakovic. Talk about efficient. Kevin has only missed one shot tonight. West, no. West really upset he didn't get a call down there on the baseline, and curious to see whether the Hornets start to get a little testy here if this score stays in double digits. Pierce, there's a hard foul given on Pierce going to the basket.
And we talked about this in the first half, Mike. You know, this is a guy in Peja Stojakovic who's not a great defensive player, can't really move laterally to stay with Paul Pierce there. And then KG, so many people say he loves going over the right shoulder. He does, but he can also go over that left shoulder as well.
Pierce 2 of 3 now at the line. The Celtics 7 of 8. Personal fouls called in the game, 10 apiece. Pierce 1 of 2. Boston 8 of 9 at the line. The Hornets 9 of 10. So not a whole lot to choose from here, but this was not a factor in this game. Peterson into the paint, sends it back out. Stojakovic back to Peterson in the corner, takes it, makes it.
It always amazes me how guys run so hard to get to an open spot, to get an open jump shot, but can't find that energy to run as hard to get a stop defensively. Those guys just killed me, Mike.
Rondo, boy, that was...
You know, and that's a tough call right there because Rajon has had that done to him. And we've seen just in this trip, if you talk about Manu Ginobili, guys who were trying to create the space, and there's a foul right there. They could easily call that. And Rajon Rondo just trying to get that body into Chris Paul. That call could have gone either way.
Chandler, little handoff to Paul. Back to West. Rebound Pierce. Nice job. Perkins had a body on Chandler, gave Pierce a chance to get the rebound. Paul takes it to the basket, and again we up to the line again.
Paul Pierce has to be one of the best, if not the best, at his size. I'd throw Kobe Bryant in there also at finding seams. Watch this. I mean, just a sliver to get through, picks up that dribble, and creates that, finds that contact, and gets himself to the foul line.
Pierce has missed 2 of his last 3 now, 3 of 5 overall. Boston's lead back to 11. Chasing Paul down to 6 on the shot clock. Wow. That was a...
Again, Mike, you reward players. He's dribbling through 3 guys right here.
Oh, that's all ball.
2 guys, and there's a knock away. That is just tough to stomach.
And the official who made the call had no angle on that play.
None.
Absolutely no angle on that play. Stojakovic misses the 3. Rondo the other way. Rondo's runner. Counted the foul. And it's again on Chris Paul, his 4th.
Mike, as a player, you have to find challenges. You have to find motivation. Clearly tonight, Rajon Rondo's motivation was proving that he was as good, if not better, tonight than Chris Paul, and he is doing the job. The pressure he is putting on Chris Paul, nice little hesitation there, and the floater, that's just a fantastic play by Rajon.
Peterson off the missed free throw. 17 in the game for Rondo. Pierce is the game's high scorer with 20. West, the only player in double figures for the Hornets with 12. West takes it, makes it. David West complains every trip off the court.
And that's tough for if you're a teammate of his and you want him to get back on defense. Yes, you know he's going to take a lot of shots. He's your guy. But to see him complain, that's a no-no. You don't want to see that from a guy like that.
KG loses Chandler, buries the shot. That was very Olajuwon like.
Oh, Chandler had no idea which direction KG was going there.
That's going to be a foul on Kevin Garnett.
I mean, poor KG, he's just trying to get out of the way, and Chris Paul is dribbling all over the place. But right here, I mean, this is just a fantastic move. I mean, one dribble, two dribble, three dribbles, sets him up going inside over that left shoulder. Wow.
Well, they used to call that the dream shake.
The dream shake.
Pretty close, right?
Very close.
Check in with our DCU sideline guy. What you got, Greg?
You know, despite his age, Chris Paul emulated Isaiah Thomas even when he was just 7, 8 years of age, and his own coach, Byron Scott, along with Doc Rivers, both totally see that comparison. Byron was saying, you know, I saw that from day number one. He acts so much like him, from that smile on the court to being that fierce competitor. He says he just doesn't want to win and beat you. He just wants to beat you so badly. Right now, Paul is being touted by a lot of people as an MVP candidate, trying to become the first player since Tim Hardaway to average 20 points and 10 assists a game. Right now, his numbers 21.6 and 11 assists per ball game.
Right now, Garnett and Rondo are combined 13 and 15 from the field. Rondo again takes it to Paul, throws up another one off the glass. Rebound taken down by West. Rajon is going to make Paul work. Leaves it for West. Rebound Rondo. Not sure what the whistle was. Technical foul on Chris Paul.
Sometimes when your night is not going the way you want it to go, Mike, that frustration builds up, and the refs sometimes are the brunt of that frustration, but they always win in the end, the officials.
Ray Allen makes the tee. Ray's got 14, Rondo's got 17, Garnett's got 12, and Pierce has got 20. Chris Paul now has edged into double figures with 10 points, 3 assists. Rondo 17 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. Rondo couldn't get that one over. Didn't have the spin on that. Paul the other way. That's going to be a foul on Perk. Play by Perk, though, staying with it, not allowing the continuation.
And again, it's a tough matchup for Kendrick Perkins. All you can ask of your big fella is just slide your feet, try to stay in front of him and contest that shot. Just got himself caught in the air there on the David West ball fake.
You wouldn't think this if you believe in those kind of momentum things that go with the home team here. No Celtic with more than 2 fouls in this game. And the headliner for the home team has got 4, that being Chris Paul, and West has got 3. Number 1, number 2 players for New Orleans in relative foul trouble.
Yeah, and you know, again, you just have to credit the Celtics defense, and not only their defense, again, you know, the fact that Rajon Rondo came out putting the pressure on Chris Paul to make him guard someone.
Yeah, the Hornets are shooting 50% for the game, 24 of 48. It's just that the Celtics are shooting 61%.
Yeah.
KG back out to Pierce, over to Ray, corner. Rondo drives baseline, skips it out to Kevin Garnett. 2.
You got to love that ball movement, Mike. When that ball switches sides of the floor with the pass, not the dribble, and just, again, the unselfish play. They figured it out, Mike. I mean, you know, it's obvious. The Celtics have figured out how to beat teams in any way that they can play on the floor. They will beat you.
Paul. Well, he does dribble the ball a lot, doesn't he? They're down at 10 in the shot clock. I can't tell you how many times that's happened where they get to 10 in the shot clock and the ball's still in his hands. Not that they want it in anybody else's hands. That's going to be a foul on Paul Pierce. And we're going to get ourselves a timeout. 5:23 left to go in the third. Boston's got a 13-point lead. We are back, 80-67, 5:23 to go here in the third. Luxury suites now available, Celtic fans. It's your chance to reserve a luxury suite for a Celtic home game this year. Whether you're entertaining clients or employees or just having a good night out with family and friends, private suites are the perfect place for your group. Enjoy great views of the court, waitstaff service, catering options, and a whole lot more. To reserve a suite for a game this season, please call the Celtics at 866-GO-CELTICS. Well, tonight, we're seeing a couple of guys who are going to be right there in the thick of it for MVP, and let's open up the debate here, Donnie. Here are some candidates. Who's yours?
Well, you know, it just depends on what you want. Do you want your team? Do you want a guy who scores and really does everything, or do you want a guy whose team wins? I can't understand it. I mean, LeBron, by the numbers, I think he would probably be the MVP. Chris Paul definitely has an argument. His team's playing very well, but KG, I mean, how can you not have him on your list? And this is not just because, you know, we are Celtics guys, you and I, but you have to talk about a guy whose team right now didn't make the playoffs, struggled to win 23, 24 games last year, 55 already at this point, and hands down is the best team in the NBA. It's going to be a tough race, but then again, Mike, they didn't pick Steve Nash last year, and I thought it really was the best year of his career statistically after winning 2. They wouldn't give him the third one, so I can't figure out how they do it.
It is going to be something of a. Again, I don't know how you can't vote for Kevin Garnett.
Right.
There's a technical foul just been called on Doc Rivers on the Boston bench. Maybe it was just on the bench and not specifically Doc. I'm not sure. Stojakovic makes it. Let's see if that can be any sort of a turning point. 12-point game, 80-68. But anyway, to get back to that discussion, you know, winning is what it's all about in this league. I mean, it's the bottom line. And, you know, the Celtics are on the verge of the greatest turnaround in basketball history.
Yeah.
And you and I know, and anybody who's, you know, got any kind of a body temperature in his breathing knows that this is all Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
And he is the guy. I mean, it's not to take away from the job that Doc has done. It's not to take away from the great season that Paul has had, that Ray is having, that Rondo is having. But that's the guy right there. I mean, he made this all happen by sheer force of his ability and his will. Yeah. That list you showed, there's no question in my mind that LeBron's the best player.
Right.
But most valuable player, it's got to be KG.
Yeah. And those things that you talk about aren't what you see in the newspapers or in ink, and that's what I think a lot of people, you know, you misconstrue that what an MVP is. He does things that other, you know, players in this league can't do, haven't done for their teams, and a lot of that stuff is stuff that you can't see in the box scores. And
a guy in the New Orleans media came up to me at halftime, and he's a good reporter. I read his stuff a lot, and he's very good. And his question to me was, he said, how do Boston's fans feel about it now that KG is no longer in the running for MVP? This is the beat guy, you know, so you're like, wow, okay. Nice job by Perk down low. Under 5 minutes now to go here in the third, and Boston's got it back to 12 again, leading 270.
Guess when it's all said and done, you can guarantee and bet anything, any amount of money, anything you own, that KG will tell you, you know what, screw the MVP. Maybe not in these words, but I probably a sentiment, I'll take a championship.
Stojakovic comes up short. Perkins outlet pass picked off by Paul. Paul looked like a defensive back right there following Rondo, didn't he? Finds Stojakovic in the corner. No. Rebound Garnett. And Rondo will let the dust clear. Well, the Celtics tonight, Donnie, they just jerk the string around. They run when they wanted to run. They slow it down when they want to slow it down. They get the shots that they want to get. Bad pass right there. And Ray Allen the foul, and that's going to be a clear path. 2 shots. Ray just couldn't catch up with this ball.
And those are tough. You know, that's a tough one because, again, KG trying to skip this, and that's initially probably was the right play, but Ray Allen's really got to let him go there, get his 2 points. You know, it turns into a 10-point game. You still have the lead. You know, you don't slow the game down. It stays at your pace and your tempo. And you save yourself a foul if you're Ray Allen.
Tonight's Celtic game brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. It is the official airline of the NBA and your Boston Celtics. Paul makes them both, and New Orleans will get the ball. West, Stojakovic, Paul, Bonzi Wells, Tyson Chandler. West trying to do something with Garnett, not having a whole lot of luck. Nice move. Garnett right there, but West's too good.
I mean, you called their offense, Mike. It's Chris Paul dribbling the air out of the ball until there's about 10 seconds to go. Give it to David West and everyone else get out of the way. I'm not sure how long that offense can last your team, especially down the stretch and into the playoffs.
Rondo for two. Rajon is 8 of 11 in this game with 19 points. West again. Paul again. Burke has got it. Bonzi Wells misses from the corner, and Burke has got the rebound.
But there's a situation there, lack of recognition. There was a switch, and Chandler had Rajon Rondo down underneath the basket. David West was dribbling the ball, thinking about his own offense. Obviously, they're swinging around to get a three-pointer, but just no recognition there on mismatches.
He just kicks it out. Ray right off the catch. No. Perkins an offensive board. And he's fouled by Chandler. We're going to get ourselves a timeout. 2 minutes, 42 seconds left to go in the third here in New Orleans. Everybody showed up for tonight's game. Lots of Celtic fans in attendance tonight, including the Lynch family out in force down here in New Orleans. Let's check out our Gatorade heard round the cooler. Greg, what are you hearing?
Mike, Chris Anderson very quickly became a fan favorite around the NBA, especially here in New Orleans because of his flair for the game and his athleticism. Then 2 years ago, he was suspended for failure to comply with the NBA substance abuse policy. He was then reinstated by the NBA just 3 weeks ago, re-signed with the Hornets, and I caught up with him before tonight's game. He said, you know what, at the time, I was searching for answers at the bottom of a bottle, and I knew after the suspension, I had to change my life. Now, part of that change was putting the Birdman persona in the past. He said, I put the Birdman up on hangers. He's yet to play in the 9 games that he has been back, and he admits he's patient, but he's chopping at the bit to get back out on the floor after 3 years almost.
And Donnie, I know you said you were anxious to play. I mean, the word is sometimes overused, but that kid, a terrific athlete.
Oh,
terrific athlete.
I mean, he is a phenomenal athlete. I was excited. I was hoping he would play, but I can't wait till this kid does come back and play because he really can add something to this team. Energy and excitement, you know, and again that athleticism, and he's paid for his mistakes, and hopefully he can get back on the straight and narrow because he is a great personality for the NBA.
Burke, second of 2, makes them both 6 points, 2 rebounds. Another guy who's become a much better free throw shooter as the season has gone on.
Well, there's no question these guys have put time in. Like you could tell, they're making shots in the games, and they're making them when they count.
Pierce aggressively up on Stojakovic. They go to Wells, matched up with Ray Allen. We got a 3-second violation. And Kevin Garnett. And so Stojakovic will shoot the 2. James Posey is going to come into the game, I think, to get on Wells, would be my guess.
Yeah, I think so. It's tough to watch these guys, Mike. With as good as their record shows and as good as Chris Paul is, it's really at times tough to watch them get the ball, hold it, back themselves down in the post. You just hate, really at times, watching basketball like that.
Tonight's Celtic game brought to you by Legal Seafoods. Remember, if it isn't fresh, it isn't legal. James in, Ray Allen out. Ray Allen sits down 5 of 9 from the field, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Largest crowd of the year here tonight, 18,280 it seems wherever we go. It's like being on a rock tour.
It really is. It really is. Just we don't really get any extra proceeds for
No,
the extra seats and extra tickets and sold out crowds.
West. He's been the offense. 9 for 17. Another assist to Chris Paul, his 4th. So it's going to make Bonzi Wells play a little defensive. Double team on KG. Posey's open top of the key. Kevin, tough shot, blocked, gets it back. Off the side of the glass. A shot clock violation.
Well, that was really good defense by Tyson Chandler. You know, that shows you the type of length that he has. And we're not going for the fakes of Kevin Garnett on that trip.
Sam Cassell into the game for Rajon Rondo. Rondo sits down 19.6 assists, 4 rebounds. And 2 steals. Paul sends it back. West. That's the offense.
Kid can shoot it. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, if he's not making shots, it could be a long night for the Hornets.
He's 10 of 18 tonight. 7-point game. James Posey misses a 3. Garnett slaps it out to Pierce. Back to KG. Wants to take it to Chandler. And the foul is on Chandler. Authoritative call by Bill Kennedy.
Yeah, but great job by KG right here, getting himself into the paint and not waiting to back down.
It's amazing how 2 people can look at the same footage and come out with 2 completely different reactions. As this whole place thinks that should have been an offensive foul. Let's take a look at tonight's trivia question, brought to you by Legal Seafoods. Who was the last player to lead the NBA in assists and steals in the same season? Right now, Chris Paul is tied for assists, leads and steals. We'll have the answer for you a little bit later on in the 4th quarter. Lead is 8. Pierce on Stojakovic. Oh, nice play by Chandler. Wasn't a lot of room there. He just knifed himself in between 2 Celtics and tipped it home.
Got great timing. Helps you become a great offensive rebounder.
Pierce, a runner, short. Garnett. Wells saves it underneath. Paul. Offensive foul. Chris Paul, James Posey taking the charge.
But what a heads-up play, Mike. Chris Paul, just not his night. 5 personal fouls, and James Posey, heads-up play. I mean, this is a veteran move right there, just off the edge of your screen. Posey standing his ground, and Chris Paul, not enough space to stop. Posey might have added a little bit to that, but
oh, James got that down.
He sold it.
He sold it, is right. Pargo into the game. Paul to the bench with 5 fouls. About a 6-second difference between the clocks. Sam, no. Rebound. Leon Poe. Celtics can get the final shot now. Pierce gonna take it to Wells. Pierce to the basket, hangs, puts it in off the glass. Pierce. And the Celtics take an 8-point lead into the fourth quarter. 89-81-22 for Paul Pierce. 12 minutes of basketball left on this long Celtic road trip. Twelve minutes of basketball left here in the city of New Orleans, and the Celtics hold the lead 89-81 as we start this fourth quarter. Let's take a look at a Wendy's. It's way better than fast food replay. Big bucket by Paul Pierce to end the quarter, Donnie.
Yeah, it really was. And Paul Pierce not settling for the jumper, getting past Bonzi Wells. Might have got hit on the shoulder a little bit, but hanging in the air with the right English off the backboard.
Stats through three brought to you by Ace Ticket, aceticket.com. 1-800-MY-SEATS. 57% shooting for Boston, a plus 13 in rebounds. This is against a very good rebounding team in New Orleans, especially on the offensive glass. Tyson Chandler came in #1 in the league in offensive rebounds. Bonzi Wells misses a shot, but it comes all the way out to Pargo. Paul with 5 fouls on the bench. David West looking to take over offensively. Oh, it's a heck of a move.
Well, he's a sneaky scorer, Mike. We know he can knock down that mid-range jump shot, but around the basket, really not very quick, but uses his body so well, creates enough space so he can use either hand.
T.J. Brown looking. Celtics go to Pierce, defended by the rookie Wright. Pierce gets right in the air, hangs, thought he was going to get a call, did not. Leon Poe in the offensive glass is called for a foul. It is Pargo, Wright, West, Chandler, and Wells. Celtics have P.J. Brown, Leon Poe, Sam Cassell, Paul Pierce, and James Posey. Sam Cassell takes the rebound off the miss. Foul is called on Paul Pierce, moving screen.
Yeah, it looks like the officials are tightening up, Mike, this last quarter. Not letting guys get away with things.
It's the third team foul on the Celtics in less than a minute and a half. West for 2. 89-85. Pierce again to work on Wright. Takes it to the basket and got fouled.
Talk about a guy who's sneaky quick. Paul Pierce, that nice long step, gets even, and Wright had no chance right there. Once Paul Pierce gets even or past you, he's just so wide, it's hard to get back around without fouling him.
How would you describe Byron Scott as a coach? Would you have to sum up his coaching style in a sentence or two?
Confident. I mean, really, he's a guy who obviously has won championships, and, you know, when he was in Jersey, a lot of people mistook that for being cocky. And not a cocky guy, one of the nicest guys you'll meet. Great motivator, you know, obviously knowing how to play the game because he played with some incredible players in the history of our game. So, fair coach. I mean, he's a player's coach.
Here's West again. Gives it up this time to Wright. 5 on the shot clock. Wright. Pargo is going to take a 3 and make a 3. Big shot by Pargo. And it's a one-possession game at 91-88. Pierce moving on Wells this time. Double team. Wright comes up with the loose ball. Foul is called before the shot. James Posey Posey picks it up. That's the first on Posey. That's just the second foul. Excuse me, I must be up on the fouls there. Second foul on Boston here in the fourth quarter. Pargo again. Kid's really confident.
Yeah, he is. He can shoot the lights out. And this is the NBA. Once a guy gets it going, got to find a way to stop him.
Inside, tipped away from Posey. Pargo's got it. Hornets looking for a lead. Knocked away by P.J. Brown. Ray Allen alone at the other end. What a defensive play by the veteran P.J. Brown.
Hey, the old fella still knows how to get up a little bit. And look at him, calm, collected.
Blocking from. I'll say it so you don't have to repeat yourself. You're rewarding somebody who's out of control.
Yeah, it just makes really no sense. But right here, P.J. Brown, great timing, getting it at its peak. And you know, the help defense, so important for this team.
We got a timeout, 8:42 to go, 3-point game. Back in a 3-point game, 8:42 still on the clock here in New Orleans. Show your Celtic pride on your ride this season by getting a specialty Boston Celtic license plate today. First 1,500 applicants will receive a limited edition Kevin Garnett t-shirt and will be entered to win courtside seats. Now pick up your application at the ticket sales kiosk behind Section 4 and help us raise money for Children's Hospital in Boston. Let's take a look at the answer to tonight's Legal Seafood trivia question. Who is the last player to lead the league in assists and steals in the same year? You got a guess?
I would say I got two guys, Mark Jackson or John Stockton.
John Stockton, you got it. Take home the grand prize. 91-92 season for John Stockton. Wow. Nearly 14 assists and 3 steals a game. What's going on in the huddle, Greg?
Mike, last time out, Doc telling his guys, listen, all they're doing is grabbing and holding. They're grabbing and holding, and what you're starting to do is really try and force things offensively. Now's the time to keep your composure on offense.
Doc, a lot of faith in his bench here. He's got House, Posey, Brown, Ray Allen, and Leon Poe on the floor. Bonzi Wells calling for the ball. Poe defending. That's got to be an offensive foul.
Oh, thank you. I'm thanking you for me and for Tommy Heinsohn back home. Thank you. Leon Poe again in great position, right in the middle of the numbers. Should have been his third charge of the night, but this one, the most important defensive stop really for him and the Celtics tonight.
Boston the ball, 3-point lead. Eddie House in the forecourt. Ray Allen. Eddie couldn't shoot it off the catch. Got stripped by Wells on the way by. Pargo has had the hot hand. Ray Allen out to get him. Pargo, step back. Bingo. Wow, he has played a terrific game with Chris Paul being subpar. Pargo, 15 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds off the bench. Posey skips it through. Leon trying to take it to the basket, knocked away out of bounds, and no, it doesn't go out of bounds. Here come the Hornets. A chance to take a lead, the first in a long time. Bonzi Wells pulls his way to the basket, no, and PJ's got the rebound. And Doc wants a timeout. We will take it to 7:26 to go here in New Orleans. 93-92 Boston.
Today, your identity is at greater risk than ever before, and it's much more than just your credit information. Early detection is your best protection, and Identity Truth is the earliest. Check out identitytruth.com today with a truly free 90-day trial offer. No credit card required. Just visit identitytruth.com today.
93-92, one-point game, 7:26 to go. You know, thousands of fans have already voted for this year's Sixth Star presented by Sullivan Tire. Log on to ComcastSportsNet.com and vote for the player that has exceeded expectations and exemplifies Celtics pride. Every fan that votes will be eligible to win playoff tickets and a $300 gift card to Sullivan Tire. So cast your vote today on ComcastSportsNet.com for the 2008 Sixth Star Award at Sullivan Tire. We're always here to get you there. And speaking of getting there, who says you can't turn an NBA team around in a year? Last time these two teams met was March 19th of 2007. The Celtics were last in the East, 27 games under 500. The Hornets were 7 games under 500 and 10th in the West. And now we could be looking at a preview of this year's NBA Finals. Kevin Garnett's back in the game. So's Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, James Posey, and Eddie House. KG. Back in Chandler in. The fall away. In and out. Ray Allen with the offensive rebound. Under 7 minutes to go in the game. Knocked away by Chandler. Rajon Rondo about to come back in. Eddie House will come to the bench. Eddie House 2 of 4, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Rondo had that one partially deflected, and it's picked off in there by Chandler. And once again, here come the Hornets looking for a lead. This place will erupt if they take a lead. Fargo. Wells. Pierce got up there to challenge, and Wells will have to do it from the free throw line.
Well, great movement
on Pierce.
Great movement without the basketball for Bonzi Wells, and Pargo not looking to score, looking to pass, and Celtics just didn't rotate quick enough, and thankfully Bonzi Wells didn't convert that.
David West coming back into the game here. How long do you keep him on the bench, Tony?
You know, Mike, honestly, knowing Byron Scott, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if we would see Chris Paul here in the next minute. But, you know, you have really luxury of Pargo. He's on fire at this point in the game, so you're really not losing a lot when you're talking about scoring.
Wells misses 2 free throws. The Celtics hang on to the lead, and they've got the ball. KG looking for an angle to Pierce. Wells defending to get it to Paul. Garnett sets the screen. Pierce knocked away by Wells. Wells has got West with him, gives it to him, and the Hornets have got a lead. Chris Paul will come in next whistle. First time since the score was 6-5 that New Orleans has led. Rondo, Posey, misses a 3. They clear the side for Pargo. Takes the jumper. Rebound Garnett. 10th rebound of the game for Garnett to go with 15 points.
Good time in the game, Mike, to get something going towards the basket. Don't settle for a jump shot. Make the refs blow their whistle.
Ray Allen's pass behind Posey. 18 Boston turnovers. That's the 7th turnover of the 4th quarter.
And the ones that hurt you most, Mike, are the ones that are unforced. Really, there's no defense there. You're just trying to make a pass. You just get a little extra zing on it, or the guy's moving the opposite direction. Those kill you.
Paul back to Wells. David West. 96-93, that matches the largest lead for New Orleans, and that one came early. Early. Ray Allen, no. Paul, the rebound. 15-4, the New Orleans run. Paul needs help, gets it to Stojakovic. Ray Allen, Boston's got numbers if they push here hard. Ray throws it away.
Critical turnovers down the stretch, Mike, really uncharacteristic of the Celtic team.
Paul hangs. Right back to West, right back to Paul. Under 4 minutes to go in the game. Look at that turnover number. Score the basket.
And right here, not Ray Allen's night. Late in the game and recognizing the bigger West on the smaller Ray Allen.
34 in the game for David West. 98-93, Hornets.
Boston Celtics basketball on Comcast Sportsnet was brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines, by your New England Ford dealers, by TD Bank North, by Supercuts, by Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, and by Foxwoods Resort Casino.
We are back here in New Orleans, 98-93, 3:53 to go. Hornets have taken over this game. Let's take a look at tonight's steal of the game. Brought to you by IdentityTruth.com. Early detection, your best protection against identity theft. IdentityTruth.com. Bonzi Wells coming up with the steal. And then the good look for West, who has 34 on the night.
Well, Mike, if you're a Hornets fan, you know that this team performs so well down the stretch. 12-5 in games decided by 7 points or less, and 8-2 in games decided by 4 points or less. So, you know, they have confidence in their team, and obviously Byron Scott does in his point guard, and Chris Paul and his scorer, David West.
39 straight double-digit game for David West. And it's a two-possession game with 3:50 to go. Celtics defense is going to have to step up here. Garnett deep, buries it, and got fouled.
And this is what you call three-pointer.
Yeah,
the hard way.
Yeah, exactly right.
This is teamwork. KG makes the shot, and Paul Pierce gets fouled going to the free throw line to shoot one.
A way to cut the lead in half, too, make it a one-possession game. If Paul could make the free throws, Celtics are 15 of 19 at the line. .25 for Pierce.
You said it, Mike. Defense is really the key. You got to get a stop. Try to create an easy bucket at the other end with your defense.
Stojakovic, a quick three, and he buried it.
And you got to know, if you're Ray Allen, that Peja is out there near you. You can't stand up too straight, and that's exactly what happened to Ray. Standing straight up, gets tripped up, but you know Stojakovic is going to make a three on you.
Rondo just blows by Paul to the hoop. Paul's not going to do any reaching at all here with 5 fouls. 4-point game. Where they run their offense, they'll probably take it under 3 minutes on this possession. Once again, here's Paul with 9 on the shot clock, makes his initial pass. West just forces the issue. Rebound taken down by Garnett. Rondo again into the paint. Rondo, floater, no, tipped. Taken by Wells. Well, Wells has come some big plays.
Yeah, but great job by Rajon to get himself into the paint. Just couldn't get that teardrop really soft enough, and it hit back rim.
Paul They double Paul in the corner. Now they get off. Rondo there defensively. Paul looking for help. Wow.
When in doubt, shoot it.
Wow.
Shows you how you can't relax on a guy. He's an MVP candidate. There's a reason.
Ray Allen taking it to the hoop, and he's going to get 2. 2:01 left to go. Ray Allen to the line in a 6-point game. That's the 5th foul on Tyson Chandler.
I mean, and right here, Rajon just relaxes just a little bit. He's standing up again, Mike. You can't relax. Chris Paul with the little fall away. Big shot. There's not another guy that you would probably want at the foul line than Ray Allen. Shows you what tight games down the stretch can do for you at the end of a long road trip also, Mike.
5-point game. Again, stops key for the Celtics here. Chandler trying to get it back at Paul's hands, does. West to Wells. No, rebound loose. Garnett's got it. Up ahead to Rondo. He's alone on the break. Blows by his man. Gets 2.
In front of our eyes, Mike, Rajon Rondo is becoming one of the best finishers in the NBA.
23 on the night for Rondo. 104-101. Paul takes it. Makes it. Big shot by Chris Paul. And we'll take a timeout. 2 big hoops for Paul. 107-101. (107-101), 1:13 to go. New Orleans on top. Here's another Wendy's way better than fast food replay.
And Mike, Rajon Rondo again keeping the pressure on Chris Paul, trying to see if anyone running with him, but there wasn't. Uses his body so well against the shot blocker there and gets the ball to go. And then Chris Paul, patience, Mike, poise. Again, Rajon Rondo, too much space, and yes, he's been struggling tonight, but this kid can play. You have to always understand where Chris Paul is and how you are defensively in your stance. Let him know you're there.
Here are the numbers comparison. Rondo, the edge, but Chris Paul, the important edge on the scoreboard, thanks to the job they got out of Pargo off the bench in a tremendous night. 35 points for David West. Celtics still with time, though. 1:13 to go. 6-point game. Into Ray Allen. To Pierce. On a cut to KG. Spins in the lane. Gets 2 quickly. Wells is looking for Paul. Gets it to him. Essential for the Celtics to get a stop. Paul. Peja. No. Rebound. Pierce. Wells chasing Pierce. Pierce keeps the dribble alive. Pierce trying to go on Wells, and Wells is called for the foul. 14 foul, first in the last 2 minutes. Side out Boston. 34 seconds on the clock. Trailed by 4. Have the ball. Eddie House in for Rondo. Back to Pierce. Pierce taking it to the basket, trying to dump it off, picked off by Wells again. Wow. Wells has made so many plays in this 4th quarter. And Kevin Garnett fouls Paul.
Turnover's a killer, Mike.
20 turnovers in the game, 9 in this quarter.
And I know exactly what Paul Pierce was trying to do. Kendrick Perkins, man on him. Bonzi Wells right there, sticking his hand in there. And it's tough for the Celtics when you're on the road and your assists match your turnovers. Just not going to get it done for you. 20 in both columns. Tough way to end your road trip.
Chant of MVP in the building for Paul. He makes both free throws. And Boston's going to take a timeout. 22nd timeout. 24.9 on the clock. 6 the difference. Still a 2-possession game. Celtics to play back friendly confines of the TD Bank North Garden. The Andres, Miller, and Iguodala coming to town. Celtics and 76ers coming your way Monday night. Pre-game live at 7. Join you at 7:30. Chris Paul has scored the last 7 New Orleans points. Don't forget to stick around for New England Ford Dealers Celtics post-game live. Gary, Tommy in the studio, Donnie, Greg, and I here in New Orleans. Doc's press conference, player interviews, Tommy Award, all coming up on Celtics New England Ford Dealers post-game live.
Well, my good news and bad news. You can't get a couple buckets here in the next 25 seconds. You're going to play New Orleans again very soon. Back home, and also you figured out how to really play against Chris Paul. If it comes down to, again, that meeting in the NBA Finals, you know what to do against him. You know to keep the pressure on him defensively. Obviously staying connected, but also making him play defense. And
into Garnett. Ray Allen gets a look at a 3. Long rebound. West. And he got fouled by Eddie House with 18.2 to go, and that is probably going to do it. New Orleans has come up with some big defensive efforts of late here in the fourth quarter. San Antonio held to 8 points recently. Houston to 10. The Celtics have only 12 in this fourth quarter.
if you're the Boston Celtics, nothing to hang your head about. You did a great job on this road trip, Mike.
Here's the string of fourth quarter points allowed over the last 4 home games. Only the Lakers could get in the 20s. And they lost that game.
And in those tight games, Mike, down the stretch, the Hornets shoot 61% in those tight games late in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, this team, they're figuring out how to finish.
Tyson Chandler out of the game. 9 points, 9 rebounds for Chandler. Largest crowd ever to attend a basketball game in this building, and they were rewarded in this fourth quarter. Ray Allen trying to come up with something, finds Pierce, lets Pargo fly by, knocks down a 3 with 6.7 seconds to go, but it's going to be too late, it would appear. 5 is the difference in the game. An immediate foul given on Bonzi Wells, who missed his last 2 free throws. Greg Willard quickly aware of the slow fingers on the part of the scorekeeper, and going to put some time back on the clock. 6.1 rather.
In a lot of ways, Mike, probably the stop on this trip that a lot of people, not the Celtics obviously, but probably a lot of fans didn't really think so much about. You know, you don't really know a lot about New Orleans. You know about the Texas swing. You know that Milwaukee was one of those teams that you should beat, but not a lot talked about, you know, at least nationally, when you talk about the Hornets and how great a job Byron Scott is doing with them, and Chris Paul is playing well, and obviously David West. But not a stop on the trip that you would say, hey, make sure we gotta really, that team is going to be trouble.
Big win for New Orleans, to say the least, to keep pace with the Lakers. two-possession game, this one would just about do it. And Wells comes up with the steal, and that will do it. Doc Rivers walks up to half court to shake hands with Byron Scott. Big win for New Orleans here tonight. The confetti's coming down from the ceiling. We're going to take a break. We'll be back to wrap it up. Final score here tonight, 113-106. New Orleans.